recognize me from? I'm the Uber driver you gave 1 star to. Because I offered you loose mints. Now clearly I'm not from around here. Obviously I'm from Logan. I come from a really shitty part of Logan, called Logan. In real life, step-parents and step-children don't get along very well, which is just one of the ways porn has lied to me. Porn, there's too much porn these days. The internet is saturated with porn. I saw porn parodies are coming out. There was a Martin Luther King porn parody. It was called I Have a Wet Dream. I feel like the energy of the room is that you want me to talk about Peppa Pig. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Recently an episode of Peppa Pig was banned in Australia because it encouraged playing with spiders. And I'm glad it was. Like, who the fuck do they think they are? Little Timmy's gonna be playing with a big fuck off redback because some American thought Peppa Pig with their shitty animation, both eyes on the same side of their face. Fuck you, Peppa Pig! I'm sorry, I'm just upset how they ended season 2. It was like Dora the Explorer all over again. What kind of Mexican doesn't know their way around a fucking map? I had a relationship end recently over text message. Anyone had that? You guys want me to read it out? Yes. It says, you're no son of mine. Still, good to hear from Mom on my birthday. I love bogans, man. Bogans get a bad rep. I want to create a bogan academy where I can teach people from India to live as bogans for a week. So every morning, you get to eat a meat pie from the fucking servo. And you can taste the unleaded 91 in it, because you're too cheap to put 95 in your car. Fuck you. And then for graduation, you get to do something really, really special. You get to glass an immigrant, skull a tinny, get a Southern Cross tattoo, put on a bintang singlet, and take a trip to fucking Bali, man. Yeah, I put a lot of effort into that shit joke. I came to Australia when I was 11 years old, and that was a really critical part of my childhood. You know, I had my friends there, my school was there. So recently I sat down with my dad and said, why at such a key part of my life did we leave everything behind and come here? He said, son, I wanted you to have the opportunities I never had. I wanted you to chase as much white pussy as you possibly can. And I make him proud every day, wherever he is. Pretty sure he's just at home. Thank you for laughing at my dad's mortality. I travel a lot for comedy, and I stay in Airbnbs a lot. I think Airbnb is great. You know, if you have a spare room, and you feel like enough strangers aren't masturbating in your house, it's a perfect solution. You are 2 mouse clicks away at any point from an Eastern European dude wiping his balls in your curtains. And I ruin Airbnb places that I stay in. Like, I will just behind a television, I'll do anything. And if you're ever gonna kill anybody, definitely kill them in an Airbnb, like Inspector. We found 57 DNA samples. We found one 20 feet away from the scene behind the television. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Yeah, that's me. I love fried chicken, man. I am a heterosexual male. I don't do segues. Fuck it. I love fried chicken. I'm a heterosexual male, but if I was introduced to the guy that invented fried chicken, I'd blow that guy. Yeah, thank you. Solidarity. It wouldn't even be sexual. It would just be out of gratitude, man. Clearly that's a new joke. I went to the sperm bank recently to make a deposit, but they turned me away. They're very picky. Apparently you have to make the deposit on site. You can't just rock up with a Tupperware box and a good attitude. Or a Ziploc bag. That doesn't work either. Apparently the words sealed for freshness mean nothing to them. They also impressed upon me that it has to be your sperm. You can't just go there after you've been to an orgy with a dustpan and think it's alright. And push the button to refuse you. That's good. I was driving home the other day, 80-kilometer road, and I see this little old lady. She set up a florist tent, right? She's selling flowers on the edge of an 80 roadway, can't pull over. And my first thought was, if and when she gets hit, it's going to be sad. But then I thought, at least there's already flowers there. People trying to work next morning thinking, fuck, she was popular. I was at a party recently. I'm introducing two of my mates to each other. I go, Matt, this is Steve. And they've had a few drinks. The first thing Matt says to Steve is, Steve, let me ask you something. Tits or ass? Steve comes right back, ass, mate, definitely. They high-five, they hang out for the rest of the night. And I remember thinking to myself, that was a quintessentially male exchange. And I don't have too many of those, you know, I don't have too many male exchanges. Maybe it's because I use words like quintessentially. I mean, imagine, Cindy, this is Jessica. Jessica, let me ask you something. Shaft or balls? Half the women in the crowd are thinking, yep, that's definitely never happened. The other half are thinking, it's obviously shaft, don't kid yourself. Applause, god damn. I went to India recently to visit family, and my grandma's sister, who's an 83-year-old nun, she comes up to me and says, Suraj, I hear you tell jokes in Australia. Can you hear some jokes? I'm thinking, fuck. Should I tell her the shaft balls joke? Should I tell her the one where I'm sweeping up after an orgy? In the end, I told her the one where the old lady got hit by the car because I thought she could relate. When I was new to comedy, I'd write material in my hand so I wouldn't forget it. Recently, I walked into a job interview without realizing this. I would strongly not recommend walking into a job interview with the following words written on your hand. Sperm bank, florist, gangbang, grandma's sister. Safe to say I didn't get the job at the aged care center. That's pretty dark, but you guys look like you're up for it. Are you ready to get darker? Let's do it. Do you think the suicide hotline has hold music? And if it does, what kind of music is it? Stay alive.
Your call is important to us. You are 7th in the queue.
Stay alive.
You are 5th in the queue.
What happened to the guy that was 6th, man? Sometimes they have commercials and hold music.
Bunnings Warehouse. Stools 40% off. Ropes 60% off. Bunnings Warehouse. Well, lower self-esteem is just the beginning.
My uncle is a weird dude, man. Yeah, no segue, see? My uncle's a weird dude. He's a good dude at heart, but he picks the weirdest time to say shit. Like the other day, my little cousin, 5 years old, he runs in crying. And my uncle goes, what's wrong? My little cousin goes, today somebody called me ugly. And in one of his teachable moments, my uncle goes, there's something beautiful in it. And that's where you should have stopped. Instead he continued with, for you it might not be the face. See that to a little kid? In his defense, that kid is fucking ugly. I like watching Discovery Channel, and I saw this thing the other day that if a nuclear explosion goes off in the distance, and you stick your arm out, and the explosion's bigger than your thumb, then you're in the radiation zone. I thought, okay, good. Important information, good to know. Then I realized, a big explosion's just gone off in the distance. I'm a brown guy giving it a thumbs up. Thank you guys.